Hey everybody, Armando here at Mondo's Exotic Zoo, and today what I'm going to show you is how I keep and breed superworms. So superworms are the babies. They're like the first form of life of a certain species of darkling beetle. So first thing I'll show you is what the beetle looks like. Because when I first got superworms and mealworms, I didn't even know that they were first beetles. So I thought they were just worms and they gave birth to more worms. So I'll show you that to start. I only have one at the moment, but there he is. You can kind of see him there on the little carrot. So what I keep them in is this 12-quart container. It's got ground up oatmeal, egg crate. I put carrots in there for hydration. So I have this one container here, and it's got a bunch of holes drilled into the bottom there. And then this bottom container has screws in there, and then the screws help keep a little bit of separation between the bins. And then when the superworms lay eggs, the holes allow the worms and the eggs to fall through and go to the bottom so that the beetles don't eat them. Alright? So that's how I keep them, how I breed them, and then, or how I keep the beetles that I breed. And then next what I'll show you is how I keep the worms themselves, and then what you need to do to get them to breed. Alright, so I'll get that out and we'll get going on that in a second. Alright guys, I'm back. So here's the container where I'm going to keep the worms. So I've got a little label here. I ran out of the stuff for my label maker, so I have them somewhere. I gotta go find it, but I want to get this video done. So I put the label there, Zophobus morio. That's the species name of this particular darkling beetle. There's mealworms too. They're another kind. I have that on the label over there in the room, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. So yeah, the mealworms are like a smaller version. Superworms are a bigger version, different kind of beetle. They look similar. So what we're gonna do here, I've got oatmeal. Okay, just regular oatmeal. Take it, it's whole grain, old-fashioned oats. Put a whole bunch of it in here. One thing I did forget, I forgot to get the egg crate, so I'm going to have to run and get that in a second. But we'll go ahead we'll go ahead and do this stuff, and then I'll get the egg crate afterwards and put it in there. So this box is 500 superworms. They don't last long. We have, with all our monitors and everything, we have turtles, even some of my fish eat these. They go pretty quickly. If you guys want to see maybe something eating these, stay tuned. Let me know, drop a comment. Cheetah, my fish, he'll eat these things. If you want to see a fish eating a worm, that's pretty crazy. So, see, superworms, tons of them. So what I'm going to do, I'll probably cut this off and I'll set a time lapse while I get them in there, because it's going to take me a second. And then I'll just go ahead and recycle the egg crate they already came with. I'll cut that up and get that in there, alright? So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and then I'll get you guys going on that time lapse. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure they don't escape. Alright, well, I just finished the video, but I did it all on time lapse. I didn't realize. I forgot to take it off time lapse, so here I go again. So here in the other time lapse, you'll see me setting it up, and I tore up the egg crate that they came with, and I put it sideways. So to increase the surface area, I put some across the top. So this increases the surface area of the bin. They're not just only at the bottom, they can go all up in it. And so they'll eat the oatmeal, they'll eat the egg crate, and then I put this carrot on top. The reason I put the carrot on top, they'll go up there to eat it, they'll get their hydration from it, and it'll make them a little more nutrient dense, a little more nutritious for our animals when we feed it to them, instead of just giving them just an empty insect. So, and then it makes it easier to gather them. I'll open it up and they'll be up here eating on the carrot, and I can just grab them up and feed them off to whatever I need to. And yeah, it makes it pretty simple. So this is just like, you know, they don't last long. Like these 500 superworms, I'll feed them in a matter of a couple weeks. So this container's a perfect size for me, not too big, not too little, and I like it. So the other thing that I did, and I showed in my time lapse on accident, I didn't realize I was doing time lapse, is I have this container, and what I keep in this container is I have little sauce cups, or when I do buy feeders, I save the cups and I'll use them. And so inside of here I have a single superworm, I have a tiny, he got out. He got out. They still freak me out. They feel weird on my hands, so I hope you guys enjoyed me freaking out. But yeah, so I have a little bit of oatmeal and a little piece of carrot in there. The reason I have the little piece of carrot in there is to make sure they have hydration. Because in the past, I've had them pass away when I'm waiting for them to turn into beetles. And so I looked up why, and they said sometimes they don't have enough hydration when they start to turn, and so they'll be dried out. So I give them that little bit of carrot so that as they start to turn, they hopefully have that hydration in them, and they make a successful little transition into becoming a beetle. Alright, so yeah, everybody, that's pretty much my process. That's how I like to do it. And they're pretty easy to breed. You just do this, you let them go, and they'll do their thing, and eventually you'll have endless amount of superworms. The first time I did it, I had so many superworms, I thought I'd never have to do it again, and that's how I let myself run out. I didn't start breeding them again before I ran out. So this time, hopefully, I'll keep them going and have an endless supply of superworms. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something, and thanks everybody.